All right, good morning, everybody. For those of you that are new here, my name is Katelyn Fulton with Century 21 Percy Fulton, and we have a special guest today just to kind of switch things up. Sometimes we get tired of listening to me every Wednesday, so we have our special friend, Stacy Secrets. She is a social media consultant who specializes in Instagram, and actually that's how we all met, which was on Instagram. So Stacy has done a presentation for us in the past, and we wanted to bring her back to kind of get a refresher as we are heading into the fall market. Things are a little bit slower for everybody, so it's a really great time to get back to what you've been meaning to work on. And a lot of people are always push social media to the back end of everything, but I think it's a really great time as we head into a new market to start thinking about our social media and our Instagram. And in particular, I think we're going to be talking about how to brand your Instagram and probably some other really good tips and tricks from Stacy. So I'm really excited to have you here again. So if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to leave them in the chat. If you're on Facebook, I'm going to keep an eye on that. And then if you're on Zoom, you can also put them in the chat box there. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Stacy, and she's going to teach us all about Instagram. Take it away.
Thank you so much. That was a good introduction. And yeah, we did. We met on Instagram, and I mean, I almost feel like we're family. I'm like the additional adopted sister over here, just because that's what Instagram can do. We were talking about TikTok, and I find that TikTok it's kind of like just looking at strangers, like this is fun, this is interesting, it gives you ideas, but Instagram's really more personal. So my topic is from boring to branded. Of course, there's going to be secrets, hence the name Stacy Secrets. Not good at keeping secrets. I share all my secrets. So you did a great job of introducing me. I'm an Instagram consultant, specifically Instagram. And I've helped hundreds of real estate agents look good on Instagram. Of course, the Fulton sisters are one of them. And there's some maybe familiar faces: Ellie Davis, Dave Hutch, Carlos and Christina, all really big names. And all of them I have helped along the way. So diving right in. What is your brand? What is a brand? What is your brand? On Instagram, it's really simple. And it's interesting that whenever I work with a client, it's these three things that always come up. Is it this fancy font? This is the font for our brand. I want this consistent font. Is it a specific color? I want to continue to just use this color. Is it your logo? Is it your slogan? These things can be part of a brand, and they can speak for a brand, and all of these things would have to be consistently used to be a brand. But really, your brand is you. It's you. It's the things you like, it's the things you dislike, the things you say, the way that you say things. Are you a coffee or a tea person? Are you a cat or a dog person? Are you super professional, or do you sometimes swear? All of the things that are you are really what is your brand. So it's not just the color, it's not just the font, it is everything that is you. And that is really how you set yourself apart from people online. There's so many real estate agents, you all sell houses, maybe they're different houses, but really what people are invested in is you. So like looking back at the people who I mentioned before helping, Carlos and Christina and Dave Hutch and Ellie Davis, they're all into luxury real estate. That's what they sell. But none of their Instagrams are the same. Dave is very masculine. He's very into working out. Carlos and Christina, they're this married couple. She's always in these cute, like beautiful dresses. Ellie Davis is very professional. I worked with her, and she is like, no funny stuff, no GIFs. I don't want any of that stuff. But I pushed her, and I'm like, just, like you have so many shoes in your shoe collection. Like, let's talk about that. Like, what makes you you? So that's one of the things you really want to ask yourself. What makes you you? And one of the things that you can do to figure this out is ask your friends, ask your partner, ask people in your life, like, when you think of me, what do you think of? You know, like my best friend is really into like 50s fashion. Like I always go with 50s fashion. That's Alicia. But on Instagram, the three things that showcase your brand and make people click follow are your username, your profile photo, and your bio. That is the first thing that people see. That is the first thing that people judge. And that is really what is going to be the deciding factor if people are like, oh, this is my person. I like this realtor. She's so funny. I like this realtor, really professional. These are the three things. So I am going to give you a lengthy description in my next slide, but if you don't want to write it all down, you can just text shush to 416-320-4898 and I'll just send you the free foolproof Instagram checklist. But I am going to go over it. So if you can write fast, we'll do it. So your username, it should be clever, clear, or unique. It can be your name. But if your name is hard to remember, or if it's hard to spell, it might not be the best username for you. There's another area on Instagram that says your title. That is a searchable area where people can still find you by your name. But maybe for your username, you want to get a little bit more clever, like something fun, and it should be free of numbers. Last week, I just saw a Shania Twain impersonator called Shania Twin. It was awesome, but when I found her on Instagram, her name is Shania Twin 1. Right away, that tells me she is not good at Instagram. And that's what people will see when you have numbers attached at the end. It means username, your Instagram just chose your username and you didn't put thought into it. And that's what's going to stop people, is when you've really thought of a really great name. So think of a good name. I always think it's really fun when you're like the something realtor, the motivated realtor, the coffee addicted realtor, the something realtor. But brainstorm, if you want to follow me on Instagram and brainstorm with me, I love coming up with usernames. Love a good username. Profile photo should be current. It should be a current picture of you. I'm someone who changes my hair color quite often. And if you are meeting me, you want to see like who I am. It's not a dating service. We don't want to see you when you first got your photos. We want something current, and it should be a close-up of your face. We want to see you. We want to recognize you, or it can be something fun. It can be something different. It could be you with a glass of wine. It could be you reading a book. It can show a little bit more of your personality, but it definitely should be you, not your kids, not a picture of your car, nothing but you. Then your bio is where you really will sell people. This is your brand. Like your bio is your brand. It is who you are. And most realtors just say, buy, sell, invest with me. They say, real estate agent at this location. It's just boring. You want to capture your people on Instagram. You want to sort through the bad apples. You want to sort through the people who are not people you would want to serve. And you want to attract people like you. So one thing, it must be crystal clear to the human brain. A lot of people like overthink their bio and they want to use like really big terms and fancy words, but if the human brain is like, what does this even mean? It's no good. It just needs to be straightforward. I always like to say, start with your philosophy. It could be your philosophy in business. It could be your philosophy in life, but choosing like a really fun philosophy, it just shows a part of you. And then people are like, I'm intrigued to read more. Then you can highlight maybe a couple different things about you. You can say that you're a realtor, you can say where it is, but maybe say a little bit more. Maybe you're a mother of two. Maybe you are a dog mom. Maybe you are obsessed with, I don't know, shoes, whatever. Just say your thing. Again, this is just going to differentiate you from all of the other agents who aren't putting the effort into their bio, who are just writing realtor in Oakville. You want to stand out. You want to attract your people. And then end with a call to action. Always tell people on Instagram where to go next. While you have their attention, you want to tell them where to go. So say, click on my website below, check out my testimonials below. Let's connect right now. Here's my number. Something that tells them what to do next. So that in itself will make you stand out online. This is Jeff. He is not Jeff the realtor. He is not Jeff at whatever brokerage he's at. He is the nerdy realtor. And before this picture, I was pushing him. You've got to do something different. Like, you can just post a photo of you with glasses, and I guess that's the nerdy realtor. But instead, he's like opening his shirt like a Superman reveal, and he's like, this is me. It's fun. And his bio is like personal and tenacious, dog dad, fabulous. It's really simple. I would maybe get him to add a little bit more in, but it's simple and it's fabulous, and it shows a lot about Jeff. Before you even look at any of his posts, you kind of get like a feeling of Jeff. And I also picked on Carly here. So Carly has used my services, and I just really love her bio. Behind every door, there's something new to explore. Again, like, it's a philosophy. It says what she does in real estate, and it shows like she's adventurous. She's a big sister. That's really different from a lot of agents. She's a broker and a manager. That shows like she's got expertise. She doesn't have to say, I have all these awards or anything like that. We already know she's working hard and she's worked her way up. And then she says, discover new places and spaces with me. So she was telling me she really likes traveling, and she like shares all of that on her Instagram. So it kind of complements traveling and like looking at real estate. So I love it. I love things that rhyme. This is maybe just me, but this is so different than I work at the Century 21 Fulton. Like, it's just more her. And it would make me, as a person looking for a real estate agent, interested, because it's her, right? So something I want to touch on that is also going to really help your brand is your highlights. So highlights are the little circles that are underneath your bio. You saw them here with Carly. You see them here with Jeff. And highlights are your best stories saved into categories that appear on your profile. They clearly outline your services, your value to your followers, and your brand. So even if no one ever clicked on your highlights, it is so important to have them anyways, because they show what you're all about, what you're interested in. So every single agent should have testimonials. Maybe you call them reviews. Maybe you call them client love, depending on who you are. Again, the titles and how you name them are a part of your brand. It speaks volumes to who you are. Each agent should probably have something like sold. Maybe you want behind the scenes. Maybe you want something like advice, tips, education. Again, however you want to label them. And then by branding them, your own colors, this is how you start to stand out. This is how you look more professional. You're putting a little bit extra effort into your Instagram, and it just looks like that's the kind of person you are. You're going to put more extra effort here. You're going to do that in your business when you're working with me as well. And then on top of the things that every agent should have, you want to have like 2 or 3 highlights that are you. Maybe it's your family. If you don't want to show your family, maybe it's your favorite book of the month. Maybe it is, I think Carly has like fashion. You guys have like all different, really different style. A lot of people have decor. A lot of people have staging tips and staging ideas. But whatever is you, a really good activity is write 3 things you can't live without, write 3 things you do every day, and you'll start to come up with a really good idea of who you are. Highlights are important. We're going to come back to this in a sec. So Dave, I brought him up before. His name and username used to be David Hutchinson, but everyone calls him Dave Hutch. And I'm like, dude, you're like the Dave Hutch. And so that's his username on Instagram now. He's branded his profile photo with a blue background. All his highlights that I made for him are blue. And look at them. They speak, again, volumes about Dave. Laughs, behind the scenes, workouts. You know, you're going to get workouts from him, listings, and with like the Toronto logo, the CN Tower on there. So you know where he works without him having to say that in his bio. Reviews, sold, gains. So like Dave is like macho, masculine. Not every realtor is like that, but I bet you he works with a lot of guys that go to the gym. There's Carlos and Christina. They are luxury realtors. And then again, look at their highlights. For them, they chose like a marble background. It's like very luxury. It's just a step up. Black and white, very simple. Whatever brokerage they go with, they don't have to change their colors. They can just keep going with this. And again, they have media because they're in the media. Listings sold in a shopping cart. It's really fun. And they have like a silhouette of their life. Like I said, she's always in dresses. They have tips, interior design. Like it's very them, and they're going to attract this type of person. So besides your bio, which is really important, and all that stuff, what features will get people's attention and really make your brand stand out, really get people's eyes on you? Video. I wish this like did that in a fun way. Video. Like, how else are we going to get to know you? It is not enough to just be posting on Instagram. In fact, if you are just posting on Instagram and not sharing to your stories, not doing lives, not doing reels, you're missing the boat. You're missing the boat. It is all about video. It is very clear that you need to get on video. So stories are 60-second short videos that disappear within 24 hours. And 80% of people are just watching stories. That's it. They're not going to go see your page and see what you've posted. They're not scrolling through their feed anymore. People are just watching the videos at the top of their screen. And they're watching, the way that the sequence goes is the people that they love the most, the people that they watch the most goes in the first sequence. And you want to be one of those people. So why you must be using stories, like I just said, this is where everyone's attention is. So if you are not showing up in your stories, but your competitors are, people are thinking of them. Make them want more. Consistently showing up leads to people expecting you to show up. When I don't show up on Instagram, I get messages like, are you sick? Is something wrong? Like, people are watching me daily. So you want to show up all the time. Don't go a little bit hard and then not show up for a month or something like that. You want to be consistent. And it really, this is where you make sales. Stories are personal. They develop a relationship. This is where you get to know how a person is. It's like the behind the scenes of their life and their business. And when you build trust in these stories, that's where people are like, I really like this person. It's not just like a quick reel. It's like really getting to know you. So tips on creating great stories, recent updates, really easy. What's going on in your life? What's going on in your business? Promote your success, celebrate your wins and your challenges and your happy clients. It is so cool to get a testimonial, but if you are just screenshotting like a Google review and posting that is so not good. You want to get in a picture with your clients. Try to get in on your stories with your clients. You can talk about challenges. I have done so many courses where people really want to look perfect on Instagram, but perfect is not relatable. Perfect is not even interesting. What's interesting is the challenges that you're going through and how you're going to overcome those challenges and how you're going to help your clients, because it shows the people watching that you're real and how you'll help them. You also can educate people whenever you don't really know what to say in your stories. I think it's really good to think about, what did my client ask me today? Like, what kind of weird situation did I hear about the office today? Like, anything that you can educate people on is so great. I know that people just want to post things to read on Instagram, but the more you can do it on video, the better. And add captions. So I think it's like 1 out of 4 people are watching Instagram silently without sound. And it's true. Like, I'm watching Instagram while I'm rocking my baby to sleep, or I'm lying beside my husband in bed while he's watching something loud, and I'm trying to watch my own thing and interested in people that I like. So you really want to add captions. It's just going to have people stay on you. So what are reels? They're 15 to 60-second vertical videos that entertain or educate. And the most important thing is they help you reach a greater audience.
At first, I was like, ah! But now that I've had time to absorb it, it's all working out.
So that's how my clients feel when they get started on video. It's uncomfortable. It's weird. And maybe you haven't seen a reel that you think that you can do. But again, you just want to be you. You just want to be your brand. So if you're not funny or you don't want to dance, like I don't think I really dance. TikTok was more about dancing. Instagram was like more about using sounds or using music to be entertaining. But whatever it is, just be you. If you just want to talk to the camera and give like 1 minute tip, that will be valuable. If you just want to say one positive thing of the day, that would be interesting. In fact, the Nerdy Realtor is coming up with fun facts, and they're not even real estate facts. They're just random facts. And I would follow this guy just to see like, what's his random fact of the week? So why you must be using Reels to grow your following. Instagram pushes your videos to new audience. That's what they're really focusing on. They're competing with TikTok and they want to push your Reels, and they love when you make new content. So even if you don't want to do the voiceover stuff, show up on Reels. Just show up now, especially if you haven't been doing it. They will really push your content. You can share quickly. I have worked with so many clients where we're waiting on these beautiful listing videos and it takes so long to get them back. No, Reels are just quick and you don't have to take a lot of time. Done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect should be my new slogan. You just want to get them out there. And I think a lot of people are self-conscious about it. Just try it, just do it and get a head start because your competition won't do it. There's too many people who are afraid to learn something new. There's too many people who are afraid to look silly. And it's just like, we're all human. And this is what Instagram is for. Like you can use Reels for your business. You can use Reels to attract people to the kind of person that you are. It doesn't even have to be business related. But it's just, you know, you have a huge advantage. A lot of people are probably watching and like, I'm not going to do that. You have a huge advantage over people if you jump on Reels.
Are we supposed to know what we're doing? No? Great. Just checking.
Yes. So how most people feel on Instagram is like, what? Huh? So just letting you know, you are allowed to copy other people. If you see like, you know, the Fulton sister posting a reel, take that sound and go and make it your own, because chances are they're on top of the trends. They're young, they're cool, they're hip, like they know what's going on. And if you see someone posting like the same sound, or if you see trending sounds, you want to jump on it. It's not copying. It's the whole point is to copy and make it your own. Your version is unique to you. You remaking a video is entertaining to your audience. I get people sending me reels like, oh, this one's so you got to recreate this. And it's somebody else. So you are absolutely, I give you permission to copy. So tips on creating great reels. Captivating intro. So the way the algorithm works, and I hate that word, but here we go. You want to grab attention in 3 seconds. The first 3 seconds. Once you have someone watching past 3 seconds, Instagram is going to push it out to some more people and see if more people will want it. And if you can get someone to rewatch your video, then it pushes it out to even more people. So you want to talk kind of quick. You don't want to do a lot of ums and ahs. Maybe you want to film really close up to your face and say like, hey, I've got a tip for you today. And then you film from farther away. But you just want to grab attention right away. That's how it gets pushed out to more people. You can repurpose content. Look at your old YouTube videos. If you have tips, blogs, you can even look at your old Instagram content and see how you can make that into a reel, see how you can make that into a story, or even use old stories. If you go back into your archive and look at old stories, you can make those into reels. Trending sounds, like I said, once you see, people are always asking, where do you find trending sounds? It's kind of like, you just got to watch. You'll once you go into reels or on TikTok and you'll just see like a whole bunch of people doing the same thing, jump on the bandwagon. And then my last tip is save and batch reels. What does that mean? It means when you have the time, and I know you're all really busy, but when you have a day where you've got your hair done and makeup done and you're just feeling great and you have some time, do a whole bunch of reels. Watch reels like for like maybe 5-10 minutes a day. Save the ones that you want to recreate. Go into your save file on Instagram. I can show you how to do all of that if you're totally confused and lost. But then you're gonna remake a whole bunch. Just change up your outfit, and then you've got like a month's worth of reels. It doesn't have to take you forever. Not with my tips. So why should you also be going live? So not as many people are going live anymore. And I just think it's a way to really deepen your connection with your audience. You know, stories are meant to be short. They're 1 minute. You can maybe talk for 2 minutes, pop on a couple times a day, but they're meant to be like snippets. Reels are even shorter. Reels are just like reels are informational or entertaining. But going live like really shows your expertise. And in fact, a great idea for all of you watching right now is I always see these like market stat posts. I know that the brokerage like sends it out to every agent and then they all repost it, but go on once a month and talk about what's going on in the market. Talk about that chart and break it all down. Because I think we like think that if we give people the information, they'll just get it. But we don't get it. Like, you know, like especially first time home buyers, or it doesn't even matter. There's so many things are really, really changing. It's just so much better if you actually talk about it. It's more engaging and people can write to you on the live. They can engage with you right there. And even better, do a live with a client. Get them to promote you. Get them to talk about you. And then you don't have to convince people how great you are. You can do it with a mortgage broker. You could do it with anyone who's on your team. It's just another way to stand out that other people aren't doing, right? Lives can be scary. You can mess up. Something can go wrong. And that just makes it really entertaining and fun for everyone. They're not a scary thing. It's another thing that I can absolutely guide you on. So tips on going live really quick. Keep it steady. You want to set up your camera or you want to have someone else filming you. You want to start right away because this is going to be posted on your feed. You want to hook people in. So if you say, we're just going to wait a couple more minutes for people to join, the people who have joined probably will leave. I think it's just better to dive right in and kind of throughout your live, reiterate what you're doing. So if you're just joining, we are talking about Instagram secrets and how to stand out, You just kind of keep going throughout what you're talking about. And keep it short. People have really short attention spans. Ideally a live should be 23 minutes. Anything more, those are the people that really love you, but people often will fall off after that. And choose a great cover photo. People always miss this. But if you think about it, if you post it on Instagram and you're like halfway through, like doing a weird face, people might not know what is this video. So either you want to create a good cover photo or pick a nice still from it that is engaging, that will get people to click on it. Okay, let's talk strategy and then wrap up. We've already talked a little bit about this, but this is why highlights are so important. This is my secret strategy for every client. And what it is using your highlights as ideas. So if you have testimonials, if you have listings or sold, maybe you have your obsessions, maybe you have your family, whatever it is, you want 6 to 9 highlights. And then what you do is you're just going to create content for those highlights. So if you want to post like 2 testimonials a month, 2 listings a month, maybe you want to do a spotlight on some of your obsessions. Maybe it's your favorite book, like I said. Maybe it's previous listings and it's a story to go with it. These highlights are your content ideas. Then step 2 is to create them and bring them to life in Canva. And if you can, make it a video. So Canva, you can add music, you can add animation, you can have things moving, you can just do a photo slideshow. Anything to bring an image to life is going to help you stand out on Instagram. And then I suggest using the preview app to plan it out. So if you're a planner, this is how you can get ahead. But guess what? Instagram doesn't need to look perfect or polished or themed or anything like that. If you have branded highlights, if you are creating a bio that is all about you and you're showing up on video, you have successfully created your brand. And then the only part to keep going with that is consistency. If you consistently show up, if you talk in the same way, if you consistently post the same kind of things, these things all become your brand. So I have a little analogy here.
I think I'm set for jeans.
No, you're not set for jeans, Cal.
These are fine.
They're not fine. You have a mom butt. Is that what you want?
Why don't we just go to the Gap? You know what? They have us. Okay. What are you doing?
Cal, be better than the Gap. Be better than the Gap. Say it.
I'm better than the Gap.
I love this. I use it every time and I'm going to continue using it. Honestly, be better at the gram. Do not just post, do not just like and follow and peer at other people's. Show up on Instagram. If you're camera shy, you are a realtor. You are a spokesperson for your business. Yes, you have a brokerage, but you are really running your own mini little business. You signed up to promote yourself and all it takes is practice. If you don't have time, this is such a huge excuse for people. I don't have time. Stories are 15 seconds to 60 seconds. Plus, you always have your phone in your hands. So it's just a habit that you need to create. It is just like anything else. If you want to get breakfast in the morning, you had to create that habit. It's the same thing. And if you don't know how, it is time to learn. It's important for your business. It's worth taking the time to advance your skills. I don't care if you Google it, you can YouTube it, you can Stacy Secret it, but you can totally do it. And I can help. So next month, I am doing a 30-day story challenge. It's about growing your camera confidence because it can be uncomfortable to film yourself, especially if you don't know all the buttons, and you'll be able to grow your following. This covers reels as well. It covers a live as well. It goes over Instagram contests, and I basically tell you what to do every day for 30 days. So you get my ebook filled with story ideas, plus my daily guidance as your personal consultant. Training for tech challenge folks, encouragement for shy folks. I have a life coaching background, so I'm going to push you. I'm going to hold you accountable. And I find when people take this course, that's the biggest part. It's holding you accountable. We do a weekly Zoom call with secrets, all about using Instagram on top of my daily information. And there's a built-in accountability group and daily coaching from me. Every single day, I will help you along the way. So that's how you go from boring to branded. This is Rimsha. She used to just post quotes and images of houses. Like, look at that first one. It's like, this could be anyone. And then you look afterwards and she's showing up on camera. She's showing off who she is. She's planned her Instagram. It looks like night and day. People who have taken this have said, thanks for supporting me. We all need someone like you in your lives. I hated social media and never posted. Look at me now. It's crazy. I still have to show my face more and I will continue to work on it. Yesterday, I had a random Insta follower contact me to help them buy a home, an organic lead. This program really works. I had someone that used to play hockey with my husband contact me to list his investment property. I only have him on Instagram, so he must be watching my posts. And I got a realtor referral from Insta, my first. So that is available. It starts next month. If you want to try and do it yourself, I do have my 30 days of story ideas ebook. You can get it on stacysecrets.com. You can try and do it yourself. But if you want to do it really fast and easy without frustration, I honestly, it's such a unique program. It's not where you like watch videos and try to take a course and do it all yourself. Every course is different. I cater it to the people who join up. You can ask me any question and it is the price of one consultation with me, but you get me for 30 days.
Do the thing. I can't stop thinking about it and just do it. I don't have it totally figured out yet. Learn on the go. I don't want to mess it up. But messing up is how we learn.
So my last thoughts are that whatever you got out of this presentation today, just make an attempt. It's the only way to learn and discover how you can put all of this to work. Be yourself, show up. Instagram is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be frustrating. It's not supposed to be time consuming. It's just a way to build connection with people and grow your business. That's it. Let's connect.
Awesome.
Here's my number, my information, my website. And of course, everyone watching will get an exclusive discount to the program, and it starts next month.
Awesome.
I'm so ready for questions.
We're ready for questions. Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I do have a question from one of the agents on Facebook. What's the best time of day to post? I'm sure you get that asked a lot.
Yes, I do. So if you think about it, if you get your post out in the morning, it has a lot of time for views. Whereas if you were to post late at night, mostly people are sleeping, so they're not going to see that kind of content. But it kind of really depends on your audience. I had a girl, actually Rimsha, in the 30-day challenge, who every single day I was just like, come on, girl, get that post out, get that post out. And she was doing it by like 11:59. And she still did really well because her audience were night owls. So it's something you kind of just got to test out for yourself. But I always encourage people to get it done in the morning. It's just like going to be easier for people to see. It'll last a little bit longer, you know?
Yeah. And I guess like there's no real time. I think that's like what I hear a lot from agents when they don't want to post. They kind of go really analytical on this on the platform. And we, even in sales, we like say, what is it? Analysis paralysis. So some people just get caught up in those little details that don't really matter.
Yes.
So I think it's the same with Instagram. You don't really need a time to post, just post or just like, just do it. Right.
Done is better than perfect. Done is better than the perfect time.
Yeah. And I think like the reason, guys, that we're introducing, well, not introducing, but the reason we talk about social media is because it is a different way of prospecting. So I know it seems like this gimmicky little app that everyone's on dancing around or like doing like stories and like being fun. But it is actually a way to get clients. So the more you post, and we talk about this a lot with my sisters, how sometimes you'll be posting and you don't even realize who's really watching. Like you might get someone that randomly messages you out of the blue who's actually been watching you for months and months and months, never liked a post, never commented on a post. And all of a sudden they're messaging you being like, hey, I've been watching you for a while. I'm ready to sell or I'm ready to buy. And that's really why we teach this. It's a marketing platform. It's a free platform. And I like how you said consistency is key. It's just like any other prospecting. So if you were doing cold calling or if you're door knocking or you're doing open houses, those are all things that require consistency. And it's the same thing as social media. So it's one of those platforms that really does work, but only if you're consistent with it. And that's why I really want you guys to, I think Stacey had some really good points. So hopefully you guys can rewatch this stuff because I know it seems confusing if you've never really been on the app. You're like, what the heck's a reel? What's a story and all of that? But these are ways of prospecting with people, whether you think it's crazy or not. People will private message you at some point looking to buy or sell that are just watching you. So that's why I try to encourage people to get onto these platforms that aren't doing any prospecting. And if you're not on social media, then hopefully you're doing some other form of prospecting outside of it. But this is a really strong one.
Yeah, it's really important for your business. I would totally agree with that. My parents recently sold my grandfather's house and I was like, who are you working with? And they were like, this person. I'm like, I can't find this person on social media. And they're like, oh, is that bad? I'm like, it doesn't mean they're current. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're going to be good at staging. I can't see any of their results. Like, how do I find this information? Instagram is better than a business card. It like really speaks volumes of like who you are and how you run your business.
Yeah, it's like your website. And some people, like we've got some old school guys, you'll never find them on any social media and they're making enough money. They're selling lots of homes. And that works. But if you're not having people reach out to you, but like you said, like, yeah, like how do people know what your staging's like? Like I go on Instagram just to look up stagers and who we want to work with. And I'll check out their Instagram more than I will their website these days, because I feel like it's a little bit more day to day versus a website. You don't really update your website that often, but on Instagram and social media, you really can update it every day. So
yeah,
I think
I also had someone in my in my course that really hate, like she was new, she was just a new agent, and she's like, I really hate the cold calling. I'm like, oh my gosh, I also hate the cold calling. What you can do really easy is either video, like record a message of just your voice, or leave a video message. Like I just blasted a whole bunch of people just saying, hey, I've got this course coming up. If you need help with Instagram, if you need help with camera presence, stories, tech, like whatever you need, I'm here. And the rate of opening a DM on your Instagram is like 100% compared to your email or getting back to someone on the phone, because you see, like, you're like, oh, I have something there. People like need to get rid of it, right?
Yeah. And I would agree. The DMs are very important, guys. So the posts and all that are really good. But even early on in my career, I used to send 20 DMs a day on Facebook. And that's how my business early on in my career. So you can do prospecting in the DMs and just straight up message people from your past saying, hey, not sure if you've been following, but I'm a real estate agent. If you ever have questions or you know someone, let me know. And they will open it. And probably 80% of people will respond. Probably 90% of them will say no. But like in 6 months from now, they may DM you again and be like, hey, actually, like you're kind of putting yourself out there. So there's that part of Instagram as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a question on Facebook. I just got my real estate license this month, have not done any transactions. How should I promote myself? Because lots of coworkers started following me and adding me as soon as I put my realtor pick. Any suggestions?
Ooh, exciting. Yay, fresh. I love it. It doesn't matter if you don't have any transactions or anything like that. I think that you can still show a lot of your knowledge. In fact, the woman I was just talking about who took the course, I thought she was like a well-seasoned agent and she hadn't even finished her license yet. But she was posting about tips for first-time home buyers, things like that. So you can still look really knowledgeable, and it's like kind of like fake it till you make it, right? Just start showing your expertise. And just
the other stuff you can do
to
add to it, because Claire does his Monday meetings every week, and he talks about what's happening in the real estate market. So I've noticed a lot of some of our agents are actually using what Claire says at the meetings and putting them onto TikTok, either in a post, so it's just writing, or I've even seen some taking his stats and doing some videos. So those Monday meetings are really powerful to go to if you are a brand new agent too. And like you said about the stats, I hear people all the time be like, don't post your brokerage stats, but I think the stats are good for you guys to look at. And then, like you said, do a video on the stats or talk about those stats. So take what I send to you guys every month, that one little brick, I think I send you even 3 bricks now, and just break it down a little bit into a video form or something. But I think you can post quite a bit as a new agent, even behind the scenes, if you guys are doing open houses, if you're doing door knocking, flyers, all that good stuff. I think we had another question on Zoom. Let me see. Oh yeah, this is the same kind of thing. What type of material can a new realtor use to promote themselves on social media with no existing listing? So same question. So
I think like you can start just sharing about like where you work, what area, what you're learning. Maybe do like a professional photo shoot. Like I think that speaks volumes on Instagram as well. And I really like how you guys are doing your market stats, where it's like this awesome photo shoot picture of you looking really professional with the market stats on top. It's just different than what anyone else is doing. And you can also just start planning, like look at other accounts that you really enjoy, and start like saving those and like, how can I recreate this in my own way, making it you.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, I actually write you guys a giant paragraph every month too on that monthly newsletter you guys get, the PF flyer. I put all of the stats in like a nice paragraph to summarize it too. So literally just copy and paste it, steal it. It's there for you guys to use. So keep an eye out for the monthly newsletters from us. I think even things like this too, to promote. So if you guys are watching this, you should take a screenshot of your computer right now with Stacy on there being like doing an Instagram session, like let people know that you're like what you guys are up to on a daily as well. I know people will post that on their stories too, and just what they're learning. I did have a question, but now I can't remember. Is there anything else we need to know? Probably.
No, just that you guys will get the exclusive discount. You can text me or email me. Maybe we'll do like a follow-up email with all the information afterwards. And yeah, if you're a new agent or a seasoned agent, I really think the program is really fun. 30 days of getting on camera. Like you can even be a complete beginner, and it's all about showing people who you are, how you want to make your brand stand out. So even if you don't have like tons of client testimonials, that's totally okay. We can work around it.
I think it's worth it to do at least a 30-day challenge, especially if you guys are new, because I know people will come to me for social media, which is great and all, and I know a lot about it, but Stacy does this every day. And this is what she does. Like this, she's a consultant for social media, and that's what she does. So that's kind of why we set up today for all those people that really do want that extra push, or even just to get consistent. Because I assume you're probably making people post every day for 30 days or something. So it's going to all of a sudden become a habit for you guys. You'll probably learn a lot more details about this platform. And so I think if you guys are considering any type of coaching or any type of thing this year, like this might be one to consider for sure.
Yes, it's very hands-on, helping people, meeting them where they're at. And everyone who took the course last time is still posting. I'm so happy to see that. So
yeah. And it's all real estate too. Like you specialize in social media for real estate, not just social media for any business. It's real estate. So
yes,
you'll be able to kind of help them.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Does anybody else have any questions before we check out? Stacey's going to send me an email, I think, probably with even that phone number. You probably send me that thing to text, that shush thing to get what was it? It was a list. Yeah, it's a checklist
of how to set up strongly.
Okay, perfect. So we will get all that, and then I'll get an information thing from Stacey today, and I'll email you guys all a copy of it, and then I will send out another link to this so that you guys have it. It's all going to be recorded on our Facebook agent group. So if you guys want to go back and watch her presentation, then you guys can tune back in on that page.
Yes.
Perfect.
So to answer that last question, the way that you sign up, just wait for that email. I'll send you my information and I'll get you signed up.
Sounds good. Okay. Thank you so much, Stacey. It was really great to see you and hear from you again. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to let us know and I'll put you guys in contact with Stacey. And you can follow her on Instagram at Stacey Secrets as well. So if you want to keep tabs on her and have an easier platform to reach out to her as well, then feel free to reach out.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you guys
we'll catch
so
up
much
with you
for
guys
having
soon.
me. Looking forward to my DMs.
Awesome. Chat soon, guys.
Bye.
Bye.